users of the internet, my name is 089 and I'm looking at a door. But what I am about to show you a video of is some Borderlands 2 modded weapons. Past the update, there are still modded weapons, and I'm going to show you how you, well, maybe not how you can make them, but I'm going to show you what they look like once you get them. Geez, so these are React Infinities. They're basically rapid infinities, but they're elemental, but that can happen. They've all got Hyperion scopes, but that's just because I like Hyperion scopes. They're out of the way. Anyway, what's different about them is the fact that they are doll weapons, and the reason I have them as doll weapons is because I changed their manufacturer, but this is something that most people don't seem to have clued into yet. Doll weapons have been made more powerful as of late, so as have some other manufacturers. So I have these as doll weapons, so they're a bit better. They've got less sway and crap like that. However, that's not very important. What is important is this thing that some people, including myself, have figured out, and I'm going to post a link to all these in the description, by the way. Save codes for Gibbed. If you don't know how you use Gibbed, then why are you looking at this? You need to find a video on how to use that. Anyway, this is the Flying Plasma Caster. It's a doll weapon, but I think that's what gave it the increased weapon reload speed. But what's cool about it is that this is only ever elemental. It can't spawn non-elemental, and what's great about that is, in this case at least, it's there is no chance for it to, if it doesn't have an element, it won't just, shoot normal bullets. No, it shoots explosive bullets, because when it's elemental, it creates an elemental explosion. So, that makes it do extra damage, and, as a bonus, because elemental weapons, they have decreased damage, including explosive elemental damage. They have decreased normal damage. This doesn't, because it is not supposed to be explosive. It's not supposed to be elemental. Well, it's supposed to be elemental, but it's an automatic thing that if it's lost its, if it doesn't have an element, it does more base damage. And I'm going to just show you how much damage this does on this little guy right here, this shoplifter. So from one shot, I've got my skill active still, silly me. It's my second time recording this, and I still have a skill active. I'm so professional. But as you can see, it looks like it's slag, but it's not. And I've hit a lot of criticals, but as you can see, it does 61990. So 6,900 and let's see. 6,990. No, that's right. And 116 in different damages, plus this corrosive thing because I'm a siren and I've got that skill active. I shouldn't have left it active, but whatever. Also, as you can see, if I just reload it, it still creates the explosion, and it actually reloads faster. Because I changed that. Because if you change the manufacturer of a Tediore weapon, it will still shoot. It'll still throw itself like a grenade when you reload it, which is awesome. And as you can see, you can do the same with weapons like the Storm and the Hornet, the Gub. But the Storm and the Volcano are a little special, as you're going to see in just a second. I'm just going to hit him a couple times with this thing. It should do this at some point. Maybe I don't know. I've done it before. Okay, I swear. I really have. Maybe it's just after kill. I don't know. Okay, I thought this one did elemental damage even though its element was removed. I may have been wrong. I know it does it with the Storm. But anyway, as you can see, this is an explosive sniper. I'm pretty sure they don't exist other than this. And its explosion will actually, it'll actually explode on other enemies that are near it because of the way the volcano works. It's working as an explosion as opposed to a fire thing. Anyway, this is the storm. As you can see, it's got those right there, yes. But although it's not explosive, it does more damage because it's still electric. So, because as I explained earlier, it does more base damage if it doesn't have an element. So this technically doesn't have an element, so it does more base damage. Which is awesome. Also, it creates an orb around shit, but that's normal. You probably already know about that. What else? What else? The Chilean. This isn't really worth removing the element from. It's, because as you can see, I'm slag now, but he isn't, and most people just use this because it's great at slagging things. Although, then again, most people prefer the slagger. So anyway, I'm just going to switch this to a gun that I'm going to use at some point. I then have the grenades to show off. Now there are a lot more mod grenades than other stuff, so I'm just going to show off the main three and put in codes for every single one I've got, as well as class mods. So we've got the Stormfront, the Pandemic, and the oh, whoops, I've still got that out. Firebee. Now these are all three of the Exterminator class grenades, and I am just going to go off to Fink's Slaughterhouse to show them to you. So let's just wait, no. The fridge. And I apologize in advance for you having to sit through this. If you are watching this, then this means I have not edited it out, and I've just been lazy as hell. Because I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I'm lazy. Whatever. But anyway, it's not exactly going to take all that long anyway. And maybe I'll play some music. Yeah. No. Okay. So now I'm here. This is the Firebee. As you can see, it shoots. It does what the regular Firebee does, so it sprays around it and shoots the child grenades. But as you probably didn't notice, I'm going in pause so I can talk as opposed to be distracted by getting killed. It actually shot out extra child grenades as it exploded, and those do just as much damage as the regular child grenades, but there's a bunch of them, and generally this is the type of grenade that usually, if you are throwing it, you are going to run like hell, because it's just so freaking powerful. Next, I'm going to be showing you the Stormfront. It's the electric exterminator grenade. Just a second. Raging Goliath must die. There we go. He's dead. Okay. So what was I on? Stormfront. That was it. So it's also got its little bouncy exploding thing, but once it explodes, it shoots a bunch of electric bullets, electric Tesla grenades. And what? Oh, I just managed to hurt myself. I may actually manage to die already. Great. I'm so awesome at this game. Can you tell? Yeah. Okay. But as you probably saw, it dropped its extra child grenades, and they you obviously didn't see this, but they actually electrocute you if you come close to them, which is pretty cool. But the pandemic, I would say, if you're against a corrosive enemy at least, is the best, and overall, for its target enemy, is probably the most powerful, because what it does is, let me just show you once I assemble in the arena, will be that when you shoot it, or throw it, sorry, and that's going to kill me if I don't. Those things always get blown up by enemies. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right. The pandemic. When you throw it, it blows up the enemy. Sorry, no. It's a freaking grenade. Of course it blows up your enemies. I'm sorry. Okay, the pandemic. It's got to spread the sickness. So as you probably know about the pandemic, you may not, but I'm telling you now anyway. When the normal pandemic explodes, its main explosion, not that special explosion that only exists because of this other thing, although it would be cool if it did it every time, it'd also be lethal to the player and the computer that's running it. Anyway, it'll shoot out 3 child grenades that seek out enemies and proc them and corrosive proc them. So I don't even know what it is. Like, set them like, I don't know. Electric for fire, it's set on fire. For electric, it's electrocute. I don't know what it is. For corrosive, I guess it corrodes the. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, the point is, when it hits them, it does that, and then it'll just go off and seek another target. But with its extra ones, they will actually also set anything they touch, corrode or whatever, anything that they touch. They may not do it. They may not don't go out and seek stuff, but they will lie there, and if you run over them, they will corrode you. I know this from experience, and it's kind of a bitch when that happens. But if you're careful with it, it's incredibly useful. And
wasn't my time.
I don't. Oh right, class mods. And yes, it's got a custom name. Somebody else did a video on those. I don't remember who. He was awesome though. He's still awesome. Anyway, so this is actually a Slayer of Terramorphous class mod, and I'm sure you already know about these, but basically it does extra on one of 2 skills, and seriously, that's it. I prefer the burn damage to this other stuff that the legendary siren has. That's why I use it as opposed to the legendary siren. However, I realize that if you don't like the extra burn damage and max health, I would entirely, completely, always recommend using the legendary siren or whatever class you may be class mod, because it does a lot more damage. And I'm just going to post the link to where I found these, if I can find it. Otherwise, I'll just post. Yeah, how about this? I'll just post one code and you can mess around with it, okay? I don't remember. No, that's not fair to you guys. I will post a link to wherever I found, one of the places I found the codes for the mod class mods. And there's not really much to demonstrate with those, so I guess that's it. See ya.